Imagine a league built by the people, for the people. A league dedicated to the economic development of your city. So the question becomes, how good are the 32 teams that play in the minor football league? Well, there's only one way to find out. You have to experience the MFL.
Welcome to another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Dr. Richard David Myles Sr., CEO, Chairman, and founder of the Minor Football League. I have a special guest with me today. I want everybody to meet the new general manager of the Washington Chiefs, Mr. William P. Redmond Jr. How you doing today, sir?
Fine, Mr. Myles.
Hey, man.
I want to take the time to really thank you for having me aboard.
Oh, man, we could not think of a better choice. Although you know me, and not just because you met me, you're a native Washingtonian. You've been with us. I've been knowing you since you're a little boy, and I've been calling you. And a part of my arch enemy, Roosevelt High School. We had some great battles together. That's before you was born. You was a little young guy then. But I know a lot of guys up at Roosevelt and ended up being good friends with them. Some great players at Carl Cavendish. Griffith and Ronnie Harris. I mean, they had some great ball players up there. And, it'll always be between Roosevelt and Cardozo at the end of the year. And, man, I look forward to it. But each time I came up a little shorts. But all in all, you had a great coach up there in Till. I had nothing but respect for him, And we had some great people up in the D.C. area. And I love the fact that we are family, not often you find native Washingtonians. So having you aboard, it just speaks volumes for what the league is doing and what we're trying to do as far as the MFL. And the MFL is, like I always say, the laboratory of change. We want to bring former players from the field to the front office. And it's a prime example of that. Here's a young man that played his high school ball. He was very successful, all-American stuff. Went to another place. Look like, man, it's just always some school that I'm always arch enemy with. He went to Arizona. I'm not going to hold that against him because, I'm a Sun Devil, Arizona State, man. But having him aboard just speaks volumes of what we're doing. And I just wanted to have him on. I'm glad that you take time to be a part of this. Come on the show because you have a lot of, I know you got a lot of things you're doing in terms of putting your franchise, putting things together as far as your coaches and stuff. Won't you tell the MFL nation, tell us about some of the process and what you're going through thus far with it?
Well, thus far, I'm just really trying to get in, feel around, and see the whole process so I can duplicate the process. I don't want to go outside the process. I want to come in and do the things that I'm reading and you telling me that this is how the MFL works. And when I heard that you're developing guys to come back, to even take my job, and do the things that, need to be done. I like that. I really do.
Well, I mean, like I say, we couldn't ask for a candidate more fitting what we're looking for than you. I mean, the fact that success always from high school through college, through the pros. And, I tell, young men, and, as you know, it's not that you're not good enough to play in the NFL. It's not enough room. And we want guys to understand that. And, HBCU schools especially, the MFL, we hear you, we see you. And we want you to come experience what the MFL is doing. For those of y'all that are familiar with the MFL, we have 32 franchises across the country, which we're going to split in half because we're putting 16 franchises in Africa. Thus, we have two conferences, be the first World Bowl ever. And I want to take my hat off to Dr. Freeman up there. He's one of the first owners of an MFL franchise up in Rochester. Already got a bullseye on your back, man, because you know Dr. Freeman be talking, you know, he coming after you, boy. He want to snatch all them rings and everything from the Chiefs. But I told him that we still have the beast in the East here, right? That's
right. And we want to let everybody know that we walk softly, but we carry a big stick. So you can come with it, just come hard.
There you go. And that's somewhat different than what the way I talk. I always tell everybody, I always brag. I tell them, you know, hey, we here to just burn your village down, you know. and that's what we did. And one thing about the Chiefs, it was a great organization. And keep in mind that the Washington Chiefs were one of the first minor professional franchise ever. And we've grown from that team to 32 franchises in national and international. So we're excited about that. We got some great GMs doing a great job. Chuck Barlow down there in Atlanta. I mean, we got good down to South Carolina, North Carolina. I mean, we had some good people. Mr. Glasgow, we're not gonna forget you out in Texas. I know you'll have a fit. And you know, up in Philly, you know, up in New Jersey, Tennessee, you know, Mr. Seller, you know, we have some great GMs that are aboard with us and doing some great things. And we want to give these young men an opportunity, Mr. Redmond, to actually play in an environment where you can get an opportunity to get a look, see. And I explain to people all the time, this is not semi-pro, you know, and I explain it to people, there's no such thing as semi-pro. Either you're pro or you're not. That is just the ignorant term people use to justify sandlot football. But what makes the MFL so unique is, you know, we do not pay players. And I get that out. It's all on our website. If you want to find out more about us, you can go to our website, mflishere.com. We're on all the social media platforms. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. These are all the platforms that we're on. But getting back to what I mean by that, you know, we are a developmental league, okay? Meaning we here to develop players for the NFL, for the CFL. You know, these are the other leagues that currently going that, you know, give you an opportunity. But as you know, with the MFL, what's so unique about it, we do some of the things I like to point out, you know, Mr. Redmond, we do have $1 million worth of insurance on the players. We take care of the traveling. We provide the uniform. We take care of the players on the road, being hotel, you know, pregame meal, after, you know, after the game meal. But these are some of the things that we want people to understand the MFL and the laboratory of change and what it means. We also want people to understand if you're interns, we're looking for interns, you're in broadcast journalism, marketing, PR, you know, if you trainers, you know, sports medicine, you know, we have these positions available for you guys. So don't think that you have to, and don't let this COVID, this is a serious virus going on, but we want you to know you still can do things in terms of being a part of this, because now the norm is gone. I want everybody to understand that this is the norm. So you have to reevaluate yourself. And if I can get used to these things, man, because in my days we had computers, you know, I used to take, not computers, I'm sorry. We used to have typewriters, then computers. But I want people to know that that's the great thing about what the MFL is doing. And tell the MFL Nation a little bit about you, because I know all our GMs will be popping up in a little bit. And tell them a little bit about yourself, sir.
First of all, I am a native Washingtonian, born, bred, blood Washingtonian. I want to make sure I get that straight. Grew up here. Only time I ever left here is when I went to college, and that was the University of Arizona. Came back home, coached Little League, then went to high school ball 4 years, then I came back to Little League to be the commissioner, and I did that for 13 years. I ran my own mentor program. It was called Hoyas, Help Our Youth Achieve Success. Great. And went well. So I took a little time out because I had 13 grandkids. Very proud to say that. And I love them all. And they kept me busy. And this guy, friend of mine, just kept bugging me for 20 years. Come coach my team. Coach my team. I said, I got 13 grandkids. I got to coach them. So, you know, I finally got settled, retired, and it was time for me to get back out there. I really miss it, and I love the way this is positioned for these kids and guys to develop and get a chance to come back and do something they would have never had an opportunity to do. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And, 13 kids, I congratulate you, but I got 17 grandkids too. So, I got you beat on that, nephew. But, it just goes to show you what I'm saying about the fact that we could not pick a better GM for the Washington Chiefs. And anybody know me, and even my GMs that know me, and when it comes to Washington Chiefs, I'm kind of, I'm careful with that. We had a lot of people coach, but, the Washington Chiefs is the flagship team of that minor football league. And everybody know anything about me or the history of the Washington Chiefs. I was the one who founded it, started. I remember the first couple of years, I didn't win no games. Then the third year, I won 1 or 2. Then when I started recruiting guys from the different universities, they started calling me. Guys would fly in. And, we had some great championship teams. Matter of fact, we won 8 MFL championships. And, I'm wearing one of the rings here. But, even doing that, it was hard because these guys come in from all over the country. You have to get them jobs. You have to get them a place to stay and stuff. So that was difficult. So then I said, well, it's time for me to really pull the league off the shelf. But I'm going to pick, and I'm going to do feasibility studies, and I'm going out there, and I'm going to go across the country, which I used to do. And I was looking at areas that we feel that the NFL would be a force in the community because, like I said, this is a league for the people and by the people and for the economic development of it. And we tell them, I tell everybody all the time, we're talking about economic development. More importantly, we want to give guys an opportunity to coach. We want to give former players an opportunity to be GMs, such as this young man right here. And we even have a young man that our coach, our GM in with the Maryland Colts. He's 27 years old, and the fact that we giving people an opportunity, you don't necessarily find outside of college or professional football. Even with the former players, the NFL, what is it, 79% African American? You have no owners, no GM. I can think of a lot of coaches now should have a head coaching job in the NFL, but it seemed to be it's a problem there. Why? I don't know. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs, you look at their offensive coordinator, man, it's no way in the world. But then again, I'm smart enough and I understand you can't tell somebody else to do what their league. And I tell everybody that. So I'm not mad at what they're doing. I just want people to understand the MFL is here now, and we want to give you an opportunity, more importantly, generational wealth. We're giving you an opportunity to own a professional franchise. And, that's something that's unheard of, man. Yeah. And never in a million years would this happen again. But, we want to understand, and we tell people all the time, opportunity come once in a lifetime. And it's not a question of what we get it or not, it's what we do with it. When can we confront it with it? And we need to take advantage of what's going on. We got to stop thinking if it ain't right, it ain't right. We got to stop that, right. And we got to stop talking about Black Wall Street. That's gone. It'll never come back again. And when we was profitable in those days, it's just not there no more. We have to be more innovative now, and that's why we have such people as this young man we hear, Redmond. But I want to go back to what you said about the program. More importantly, not only you was helping kids develop as little players from the little league, but you also had programs similar to what the MFL is doing. We had programs, No Thugs, No Drugs, Early Youth Offender Program, Conflict Resolution. These are some of the programs that we implement, that we ask all the players in the MFL to do 100 hours of community service, not because they paid for it, because we want to be a part of the community. As with our dance team, we have dance teams. Everybody in our organization, we ask them to be a part in our programs, because that's very important, because we want everybody to know that we want to be a part of the community, sir.
Yeah, well, the way it's looking, it's coming along good, and we're getting a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, and it's time for you to step up and do something for your community.
Absolutely, and we need people to understand that, we're giving people an opportunity, and that's what most players want to understand. don't understand, and some of them do. We give you an opportunity. A lot of times you sit home and say, hey, I just want an opportunity. I know it takes 5 years to get football out of your system. Not only just from the football point, you have some guys that have an opportunity to be coaches. Some guys, want that opportunity. We have intern positions for coaches, so we don't want you to just think football. And like I say, we celebrate now 28th year. We did not go last year because of COVID. I made that call, and it was the best thing for us. But it also, I tell people all the time, because of things come up like this COVID vaccine, it was dangerous. I lost a lot of good friends as well as family members. But I want people to understand that doesn't mean you stop what you're doing. We just got to regroup, reevaluate what we're doing. Because right now we have over 5,000 players registered to play in the minor football league. And that's a lot of guys, man. So now people begin to understand what the MFL is about. It's not just about football. We want to help we want to bring players from the field to the front office also, or as we say with the player, beyond the field, because you and I know you can't play this game forever. You might think you can, but you might want to go in another aspect of the game. You want to be in the front office. It's time for us to understand the business side of it. And I tell people all the time, this is not a business, this is a business. We want to teach you how to be entrepreneurs. We want you to understand business. I'm talking about the right way when you set up your LLC, sober pride, These are the type of things we want these young men to understand, and that's why we say beyond the field for players.
Yeah, and I want to touch back what he said. You can't play this game all the time, because when I got cut from Cleveland, bust my knee up, and they gave me a little money, sent me home. It took me 5 years to get my mental together, and that is so true. I just couldn't take life. I didn't know. I was doing job to job, didn't care. Till I got a hold of Metro, and I finished off my livelihood career there, with 30 years. So, but it took me 5 years to get it together, and that's strong. And I want these guys to understand it's 1 out of 1,000 in the NFL. 1 out of 1,000. They don't have enough room. They don't have enough room. So, you get an opportunity here. I'm not going to ever tell you to stop chasing your dream, but you will get an opportunity here. And we are definitely looking for some interns.
And as he said, I just want to jump on you a little bit. When you say, you don't want these young individuals to stop dreaming. I don't have a problem with that. But remember, it's all right to dream, but sooner or later you got to wake up from the dream. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you want to have a concept. And what I mean by that, I want people to understand, concepts would make you billionaires and make you successful in life. Remember, people with money don't have a concept, and people with a concept don't have money. What happens? The people with the money buys a concept. So as a lot of people, Black people of color, never get all the accolades or the gratification of the things that they invent, because they give it away. They sell it. They give it away. Now we wonder why we don't have nothing for our kids. We talking about generational wealth here. Make no mistakes about this. We're talking about generational wealth. Now you think about this and you look at this and you say, wow, this is all right. But think about it. I always say documentation be conversation. We've been here for 28 years and a lot of people didn't even know it. But then again, I say all the time, thank God for social media, man. Oh, yeah. Because now all you got to do, and I used to always be arrogant, I said, Google us. You know what I mean? So when you Google it, you start seeing stuff. You say, well, hey, I didn't know about this, because you know why? You were too busy because of the way how the world was. Sometimes things happen for a reason. This COVID virus made people stop, look, and think about things now. You know what I mean? When we were so, going through life like this now, we learn we have to understand about slowing down, really understand what we're doing and get a grasp on things. So these are some of the things that we want people to understand what the MFL is about. We are the laboratory of change. The laboratory of change, meaning we're doing things differently than the way people was doing it before. The norm is gone. I tell people all the time, the norm is gone. And maybe you can, expand on that a little bit more, Mr. Redmond, because people got to understand that things are different, and we all act different, but we think alike, but we just go about it differently. You know what I mean?
So on that note, keep dreaming, keep hoping, and let your ability show. Let people know who you are, because if you hide yourself, they'll never know what you can do. So bring it out in the open, and we have an opportunity for you. I mean, really, you want your kids to notice they can do and dream and do anything they want to do, but you got to bring it out to them, expose them to it.
And that's what we need now. This year, you're going to always be in the Mid-Atlantic Division. The Mid-Atlantic Division consists of the Washington Chiefs, the Maryland Coast, the Rochester Chargers, the New Jersey Raiders, and the Philadelphia Saints. So what do you see about your division now? I know you had an opportunity to talk to some of the GMs and the other franchises and stuff, and I know they welcome you, and I know they probably threaten you at the same time. In getting acclimated into your role as a GM, and I know you think about it. In your wildest dreams, you never thought that you'd be a GM at this stage in your life.
Never.
So what did that mean to you?
I mean, really, it's a great opportunity, and I just pray to God, first of all, that He see me through it, because these guys here in this conference, this division, they've been threatening me. They've been nice to me, but they've been threatening me. And because I'm mild-mannered, big guy, big teddy bear, I don't talk a lot, but I walk softly and I carry a big stick. So let them talk. Just, small mouths and wagons, I don't deal with it. I just put it on the field, 60 minutes, and let's see what it do.
And that's the great thing about it, is the camaraderie of it all. In terms of the GM, you get an opportunity to, as playing at Arizona and being a Division I school, you get a chance to play against people the best of what the country had to offer. In the other different schools, it was the Pac-8 then when I was in school back then, long time ago.
Real long.
But it just goes to show you that even the GMs that I talked to that we had, everybody excited about the season coming up and everything, because we didn't play last year, but it gave us an opportunity to tighten up and make things a lot better than it was before. It gave us a chance. We did not have to rush. And I had a lot of media asked us, so if y'all don't go, well, what happens? Nothing gonna happen. We've been around a long time, and we here, and we'll still be here. So, everybody, we had the countdown on our website that we will go, the 5th of June to 21, and the countdown is still going. Right now, we want to make sure that it's safe for these young men to come out there and try out for the different franchises. I want to make sure the coaches and the GMs are safe when they're out there. I mean, football is football. We everybody's excited about it, but we want them to understand we look at it as a business as well, because this is a business. Totally. We definitely want to treat these guys like professionals, and we want them to understand. I know you're excited, but that's not what the NFL is just about. This football. We're the laboratory of change, and if I sound like a broken record, if anybody understand what that means, you look it up. We mean just that. Things are different now, and things are going to change whether you want them to or not. This is a part of the world as it is right now. Who would think that we would see 2 weeks ago, what they seen at the nation capital, hey, this is the way the world is. Things have changed to to the point that we really have to be more aware of what's going on, more aware of times are changed now, times are different now. And we just want everybody to understand with the MFL. We tell everybody, just come experience the MFL. Just come take a look at us. We're not asking you, well, we want all these young players to know, just because you didn't get a call from the National Football League, that don't mean that your life is over with. I understand you've been playing ball since you was, old enough to play football, but then again, you still relevant, you know what I mean? And, the MFL wants you to come, take a look at what we're doing when you still relevant. To us, you will always be relevant. But we want you to understand that you have an opportunity here. We're going to sign 60 players per roster. 60. Now, you do the math, that's a lot of players that would not necessarily get an opportunity to play in the world. Think about it. 60 players for 32 franchises. That's a lot of players getting the opportunity to do something that did not give up on their dream, had to just walk away and say, well, it's all over. No, it's not all over. You have an opportunity to play here. You have an opportunity to, whatever you want to do in the game of football as far as sport, be it management, be it in the front office or, coaching, you have that opportunity here. And we just want, I can't say it enough. We want people to understand that the MFL is here, and the MFL is the laboratory of change. We want you to understand that you have that opportunity here. And, having this young man that I've been knowing for years, I always tell people, I used to see him and I said, hey, well, you finished, you had a chance, you did things that a lot of people only dream of doing. You went to Division I school, from high school, you was All-American, one of the top ball players to come out of DC. And, if just people from DC also looking at this broadcast, we know the bad ball players. One thing about DC, if you was a fraud, everybody know it. Now, if you was a player, whether they did not like you or not, they would say, I don't like him, but he was a heck of a ball player. That's what we have here in DC. And, we had some great individuals to come through here. And I just want people to understand that we want you to just take a look at what the MFL is doing. And then believe me, remember, people of color, we are the biggest consumers in America, and we have nothing to show for it. $1 trillion a year come through our hands. What do we have to show for it? Nothing.
That's right. And I want the public to come and take a look at us. Take a look and see what we've done. Actually, I want to put out something to the Divine Nine. Come support the Washington Chiefs. We already know the Qs will be there, but come support the Washington Chiefs.
Absolutely.
Green.
There you go. Go ahead and let them know.
Just want them to know.
Yeah.
Just come on out there.
Absolutely. And Dr. Pat Freeman, he also one of yours.
He's one of them.
Okay, so
Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay, and then you have the different AKAs and stuff like that. These are great sororities and stuff that people of color have so many. I mean, we are so powerful, and we have to understand who you give your dollar to is give you who you give your power to. And we need to stop and take a look at it. I noticed and I've seen it firsthand, when y'all go to different parts of the country, y'all buy out these big hotels. You know how much money you be giving them and stuff. Oh, yes. Imagine about, you going to spend something there. I'm not telling you what you do with your business, but imagine owning a professional franchise. All the money stay here. Y'all got enough people in these different fraternities and sororities, man. That great, they're mighty, man. You think it's just like what is that, HBCUs, when they had their homecoming, they come from all over. Imagine owning a professional franchise. Just think about it. You know what I mean? We got to think out of the box now. We need like-minded people such as yourselves to take a look at this thing and say, because this opportunity will never happen again in a million years. Because there's no doubt in my mind, there's only 32 franchises, but they sold and that's it. This will never be duplicated ever again. Because a lot of people watching this and say, how did we let that slip through? But you have no problem in going and watching minor league baseball, minor league soccer, D-League basketball. You had no problem with that. But then you had, we had the NFL, but then, okay, they only can play a while, then they have to stop. But think about something by the people and for the people. Think about that. Just think about that. And I know it's a lot of like-minded people are probably watching this broadcast and say, hey, he's right. I'm not saying it for no self-gratification, because believe me, I've been blessed enough. I'm 65 years old. I know I look like I'm 25, but, that's just the blessings I had. And, hey, I've done a lot of things in my life, but nothing more gratification than what I'm doing. And, and I tell people all the time, even with your wives, your significant other, sometimes you not to look at them and tell them, thank you. And if they say, wow, for allowing us and you to do what we're doing, because that's a lot of pressure on them when we doing these things, then they have to be the ones that say, wait a minute, I got to hold everything else together. You might be there, but you're not really there. They're allowing us to chase our dream and do the things that we need to do. So I just want to, say to, my board, my executive board, I appreciate all the people that's on the executive board. I appreciate these GMs we got, because we have some hardworking, like-minded people that believe in what we're doing. And right now, a lot of people saying to themselves, MFL, what is this? Please Google us. Take a look at us. You'll be shocked. You'll say, wait a minute, they've been around how long? They've been doing what? Yeah, we've been here. We've been here all the time. How they say, sometimes, you don't have to look for a lot of things to be right there in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's right there in front of you. All we want people of color to get an opportunity to further their dreams, and get an opportunity to do the things they want. You in broadcasting, your playing field is not level. It never has been. So why pretend now? We giving all you guys an opportunity and ladies an opportunity to come work in the MFL. We giving y'all an opportunity to do this, and we're not we're not asking them. We giving you an opportunity. Believe me, you're not going to be doing any gopher work. You're going to be doing what your degrees say. Absolutely, absolutely. And don't wait till everything starts and then start running up there. So wow, we are not new. We've been around a long time. We're not new.
How long is that?
This going on 28 years, believe it or not.
28 years.
And one thing about this, you can track it all the way back. And you'll look and say, wow, they have been around that long. Because you didn't feel that it had any significance to it. So you shrug your shoulders now. But think about it now. Mm-hmm. The norm is gone. This is the new norm. And that's why it's so, I get so excited when we have people such as Mr. Redmond, the board, and these gyms. I got some great gyms, some young. People, you're going to hear a lot about these individuals. You're going to hear a lot about this young man. A lot of y'all know him anyway. But we get ready to do some more press releases on him and stuff, because it's time to, the old saying is, people always say, this happened before me. I should have this. It wasn't your turn. Now it's your time. When it's your time, it's your time. This is our time. Don't let the bus go by now and you think no one's going to come, because that's not happening. We got to stop waiting around and thinking that something going, we can wait for the next. No, that's not the way life is. As you know, I know, a lot of friends that passed because it's COVID. I thought that, but it just goes to show you, man, this, life is too short. You have to enjoy it. Take advantage of all the things that's going on now. Do not wait and think you have the luxury of sitting back and think that this is going to happen for you. I am very excited about this young man here, as with all the GMs I have, but particularly this young man here, because I've seen him in his growth. I watched him, and it's good that you finally, get a chance to say, hey, I want you to come aboard. Now he's did all the things he wanted to do, he needed to do, and he said, hey, look, let me take a look. Let me do this now. Because now I realize it wasn't his time. Now it's his time.
And I'm very excited about it. And it will be out of this world to come see a game of the Washington Chiefs. Out of this world, you're unbelievable talent.
Absolutely, and everybody, and so many people know you and stuff. I know everybody watching this show now. They watch even more now because now it's more people they're familiar with, you know. And as you know, I always have different GMs from around the country on the show, so everybody can see. Wait a minute, they got GM from North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Florida, Tennessee. They got. Hey man, so this league is really big. This league is not a farce, it's real. We've been around a long time. Yes, we are going to Africa. I'm excited about that. You know what I mean? We are putting 16 franchises over there. Dr. Olawale doing a great job over there in terms of getting us prepared to go over to Africa. And I tell people all the time, stop watching TV and that stuff you see on TV. That's not how Africa is over there, believe me. Okay, believe me, it's beautiful over there. You have some very smart, intelligent, like-minded people. I have some great people who work with us. I can't say enough about Dr. Remy. I mean, we have some great individuals that on this board with the minor football league. We're excited about these individuals. And, we really get excited about the league itself and all the things that we're doing with the league. So we're excited. And like I say, having this young man aboard, it just speaks volume for the league. As you would say, I'll let you expand on a little more, young man.
Oh yeah, at this point in time,
Chuck Barlow Jr. there. I see the GMs calling there. David Williams. You got people there. They see you. We see you there. We hear you. My eyes ain't that good, but I'm looking there.
Was that Julius Hope out in Arizona?
Yeah. Okay.
My roommate from University of Arizona.
Okay.
All right.
I don't want to mess with the Arizona stuff, but yeah, he went to my alma mater, Cardozo High School. So Julius, how you doing? And we want you to know that we was coming that way. We had the Jets all ready to go out there, But then again, because of things happen, we move on. But then again, you will still be very impressed at what we're doing, Julius. And I hope you and your family doing good. Although you took that whooping this year, you was already in your man cave and everything. So you put them numbers on y'all.
We're coming back.
Yeah,
we got a new coach.
We used to say that every year too. Then Chuck Barlow Jr. I mean, he's our GM doing a great job down there in Georgia with the Georgia Warriors. So we got some great people aboard. Reach out to us. Our website is mflishere.com. You can reach us. We do our live a show on Wednesdays from 5 to 6, and on Friday from 5 to 6. Then we have our radio show 11 o'clock on Saturday mornings. We're excited about what the MFL is doing, and like I said, the MFL is a laboratory of change. We want to bring former players from the field to the front office. Also, I want to thank some of my board members, Jamie Dukes, Bobby Wilson, these are guys, Fred Smoot. We have guys that, that's been with us for a while. Mel Forbes, our chief strategy officer. I mean, we have some great people aboard this organization and people that y'all know. And you'd be surprised that people that we know that know you or that know us. So, we just like for y'all to support us and feel free to contact us. We look forward to hearing from you guys. And if I don't call everybody name out, I see Bill. Can you see the rest of that down there? When you get 65 now, y'all bear with me, man. You know what I mean? But my eyes, I always say they're 20/20, but it could be 20/30, something like that. But I appreciate y'all. We always want to give y'all a shout out. Any questions y'all have, feel free. Sometimes they ask us, we'll read them on the air and stuff. But we definitely want people to understand that the MFL is here and we're here and we're not going anywhere. And we've been here for a while. Now he had the burden of dealing with this Washington Chief because we are the marketing team the flagship team of the MFL. And I know, and no consolation to the GMs that we have, because we have some great GMs, and they looking forward to, getting a shot at things. Or what they say, they want the ring, and we wouldn't want it any other way. You know what I mean? And you know me, I'm on the fence because I'm the MFL, so I don't take sides with nobody, because when the teams are strong, they make the league strong.
That's right.
And that gives more opportunity to these young men to get an opportunity to provide. Absolutely, you have a chance to come here, show up, and show out. As Fred Smoot says to everybody, we want to, that's the mouth of the South. So we're excited about what we're doing here, and we want y'all to reach out to us. These young men, look where the teams are located, where the different franchises are, and you let these individuals know. But I'm being honest, we have a lot of guys registering every day, but they also got to understand this is COVID-19, and they just don't know, Dr. Myles, when are we, when is the combine? When is the combine? And I explained to them, and all I'm gonna tell you, they do get calls back from the MFL. Nobody registered that don't get a call back and acknowledge that we got it. We introduce ourselves to who we are and stuff. So we really excited about that. So, we want everybody to know that the MFL, we are the laboratory of change, and we're excited. And we got guys, take on. You go ahead and finish talking. Me, I get to talking, and that's it.
Everybody know him, Dr. Mouth of the South, East, and West. Well, he's a great guy, and I believe in him, and I believe in the program that he's doing, and I'm glad to be a part of it. But you guys, look on our emails, numbers, call us, let us know. We're willing to help you get developed, and you will get developed, because we have a very structured program, and we will help you through football. When football is over, we will do our best to do what we can to show you the path that some of us have taken.
Absolutely, it wasn't easy for us, but we got our calling, and I'm glad that I always want to. I'm also a assistant dean down in Godview, and I got my chaplaincy, so it goes to show you people can change. I wasn't an angel when I was growing up, but as you get older, we tend to get smarter. But also, I want everybody to understand that we're not forgetting that younger kids also, because we will be having camps for the younger people to develop them. And believe me, it won't be no outrageous money and stuff, because I used to always do the camp, and parents used to come to me and, hey, I can pay for one kid. I said, well, don't worry about bringing the other two. You know what I mean? So because that's what the MFL is about, the laboratory of change. And we want to develop the young people as well. And we want them to get an opportunity to come experience what the MFL is doing in terms of not only football, but strengthening young men as well. We want them to understand. And like I said, we do have a lot of programs that we are consistent about doing. And, I'm just blessed and glad to have my brother just come home, that he was incarcerated for a while, but I'm glad to have him home. And then, I'm going to stick to him like glue, because, I'm blessed that he, had an opportunity to come home by the help of the Lord, and now he's with his family and everything. Well, I'm going to do everything I can to look out for him, and everybody's been very supportive of that. And, I'm excited for him. I'll have him on the show one day, but he will be working with the NFL as well. But we want everybody to understand it's a place for you here with the MFL. The playing field is level. And it's nice to understand that people that you're dealing with look like you. And don't get me wrong, and I tell people all the time, this is not the Negro leagues now, you understand? This is the minor football league, meaning that we want to give people opportunity that you never would get outside of college or professional football. So I don't want people to think that, wait a minute, he said, no, I'm not. And no, this is not the Negro leagues, And we do have opportunity for everybody. Anybody that understand that want to advance themselves in sports management, marketing, PR, sports journalism, you can do it here. So, don't think, I don't want nobody to think because, people look like me coming, but you don't have to look like me to come as well. You know what I mean? It's just refreshing to know that sometimes you will see people that look like you, and I know that is very refreshing to me because, people didn't generally look like me in what I was doing coming up.
And we also have opportunities from companies that want to sponsor us. Absolutely. Come on in. You see and you can see what we are doing. We welcome you.
Absolutely. Sponsors, we definitely look for sponsors, and it'll give you a great opportunity to get your product out there because, like I said, believe me, all of the MFL games, I guarantee you can quote on it, all of our games will be sold out. All of the games will be sold out. And when you come there, drive through there and see what, oh my God, all the people. Because remember, this is a league for the people and by the people. You know what I mean? We're going to do something that never been done in sports before. It's affordable. Economic development here. We want to make it so we will be, we're looking at different officiating association. We're going to look at, we're going to talk to several of them. We'll talk to them. We're going to get people out. We had several people want to broadcast our game. We're looking at a lot of things that's on the table for us, and a lot of people gonna say, "My God, I didn't know all that," because you didn't really look at what the MFL was about. Like I say, we're not, that semi-pro stuff. This is minor professional football. It's just like you heard of minor league soccer, baseball, D-League, this is what this is. But I'll tell you something, you're going to get an opportunity to really see professionalism at its best. And you're going to see some people that not only look like you're going to be people you would say, wow, I didn't know there was above. Now we don't have to stand outside the gate and say, wow, why don't we get an opportunity to do this? So these are some of the things that we're excited about. Mr. Redmond?
Yes, well, as you can see, he's still to talk. He's been talking ever since I was like 12 years old.
There you go.
So I do not dismiss that. But like I said before, he's a wonderful person to work with, and I'm glad that he chose me. And I'm going to do the best I can with a little bit of spice on it.
There you go, with a little spice on it. And knowing him as I do, I know he would put a good product on the field. I know this is someone that will really give these young men an opportunity to mold them and shape them and get them to understand that is more to life than just football. But believe me, this is a game that you want to enjoy while you can enjoy it. This is a game that you want to be able to, now you get an opportunity. Sometimes some of you guys have been away. Your parents couldn't see you play for whatever reason, couldn't afford to get there. Now you're home. Everybody be able to see you. Your whole neighborhood gonna come and see you. You know how it was when I was young. I can say this because when I was young, the barber shop was we used to call it the Black Man Country Club.
Yeah.
Because wherever you want to know, you're gonna get all kinds of stories at the barber shop. And we wanted to be that type of atmosphere where you can come to a game, you can enjoy yourself, you have camaraderie with people that people that you meet, new friends, old friends. Very safe environment. You don't worry about no foolishness going on, and everybody get an opportunity to have a great time. All the different organizations out there, you need to call us if you need to raise money for different programs or what y'all trying to do. We will, if we can be assistant to you, we'll be more than happy to do it. Because I'm telling you, the MFL is the laboratory of change. And then when I tell you that, don't wait till the last minute to call us and say you need help. Because remember, the MFL is about putting kids first. We believe in that. We put kids first. So for all of you little groups that's out there that need to raise money for these different your different groups and stuff, and I tell people all the time, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you don't say nothing, then we don't know anything. So you got to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to see what we can do. And I'm like this, I can't do everything, but I can do a little bit of something. I'm gonna be able to do a little bit of something. And anybody know me, I'll tell you that about me. And don't believe me, you won't get no I'm not that type of guy. You know, what you see is what you get with me. But if you support us, we're going to support you. There's no question about it. Because like I say, we're here to enhance what the community is doing. We're not taking anything back. We're not asking for no subsidized anything. We don't want any of that. All we want is people to support us that we're going to support. We ain't asking for no handout. We'll pay our way as we go. And that's the great thing about the MFL and what you're going to see. And I'll tell all these different high school bands and stuff, you need to get in contact with us because it's a 10-game schedule, 5 home games. If you have a band that want to come perform at halftime and stuff, you need to call us now because you call us later, we're going to say it's too late. Remember, it's 5 home games. You know, 10-game schedule. It will be a playoff. You know, like I say, each division will send a champion. Plus, we'll have a wild card team come out that division. So it'll be a great season where you can see professional football. You know, and it's not going to cost your arm and leg. You know what I mean? But we're going to sell a limited amount of season tickets. We will not sell tickets at the gate. You know, don't come up there if you don't have a ticket. You know, we will have security. We want people to come and enjoy themselves. We don't want people hanging around and stuff like that. So if you don't get your tickets early, don't waste your time coming up there. And when I say we're doing a limited amount of season tickets, we mean exactly what we're saying. It's going to be a limited amount. So next time you say, oh, man, we should have got to get the ticket early because we're going to put the tickets on sale. Well, 2 months before the season starts, believe me, we start in June. June 5th is the kickoff of the MFL. The Washington Chiefs will be going to Rochester Chargers. Dr. Freeman, I know he's watching this telecast. I know he's laughing, probably rubbing his hands together. I ain't see him come up on the screen, but I know you wait. He think he's baking a cake for you. You know what I mean? I tried to tell him you're going to eat the cake. You're going to eat the cake and lick the fork, you know, or whatever. But, you know, we are excited about the MFL, and we want people to be excited about what we're doing. Also, we do have MFL apparel. You'll see it up. You know, I know you like this stuff here. Each team had their own apparel. You can look on the site. We'll be putting the stores up. But we have our apparel. We want y'all to support your team. No different than you support the Washington team. And we supportive of all the home teams here, the Washington, the Wizards, the Capitals, the girls basketball team, the Nationals. We're very supportive of all the professional teams here. We just want them to understand that the MFL is here. There's no question about it. We're here. And you've been looking over your show long enough, we're right there. You know, so, you know, we want everybody to understand what we're doing, and we're excited about it. And I love it. The NFL headquarters is right there up in Park Avenue up there in New York. The MFL is right here, right there on 13th and I Street Northwest. So the MFL is based here in the nation capital. Also want to thank, I tip my hat off to Mayor Bowser doing a great job. She handled things very well with all the distress the city was in with the uprising at the Capitol. And I also want to thank Miss Angie Gates over there at the Office of Cable and Television, and also Max, our producer. I also want to thank Bruce. You know, these are some of the people behind the scene that y'all don't see and help make this thing work for us. And we had people have been very supportive of what we're doing, what the MFL is doing, and I'm excited about it. I know you're excited about what's ahead and what's getting ready to go on.
I'm very excited. Can't wait. I'm anxious, but I'm being careful. I'm being smart, and all I gotta say, we're gonna put a nice product. And I really like the way everybody, this whole organization, treat each other. You know, they're very nice, they're very organized, and they're very professional.
Absolutely. And for those of y'all old friends of ours, and a lot of that, I know a rumor's been going around, and I've been getting little emails and stuff. You know, is Redmond, is he the GM? Yes, as you can see him, he's right here. William Redmond Jr. is the general manager of the Washington Chiefs, the 8-time MFL champions. We call the Beast in the East. Yes, y'all see him here. That's what we had him on the show, because let's put that to rest. You don't have the little whispers and stuff. No, he is the general manager and stuff. You know, he's not going to hold the contract to show you. But yes, he's the general manager, and we're glad to have him. So for everybody that, all the whispers been going around the city, we from DC, we know how that can be.
Yes.
Well, let us put all that to rest and let's give you some clarity to it. Yes, he is the general manager of the Washington Chiefs of the MFL. So, we put that to rest. You ain't got to whisper nobody keep calling me and ask me, do you know? Of course I know. And I want to thank you for, I know you're busy and I know you're doing a lot of things, especially getting your franchise together and stuff. So we just excited about it. But yes, so we'll put that to rest. Yes, he is the general manager of the Washington Chiefs franchise. So,
yes, I am. And glad to be here.
So we're excited. Who's that, Bill?
Bill Randall. Okay. Bill Randall down in North Carolina, my brother. What's up, brother? Glad you could come on and join in and see what we're doing up here. Your brother's taking care of business.
Absolutely. And Bill Randall, I want you to know we do have an MFL franchise down there. We have the Oilers down there, the North Carolina Oilers down in North Carolina. So you down there, look out and support them as well. Who else we got here?
Like Drake.
Okay, we y'all forgive my eyes, man. We got these bright lights all in front of us and stuff. But
Sean Wilson.
Yeah, hey, how you doing there, sir? That's the GM. That's our GM up there with the Saints up in there in Philadelphia.
Hey, all right. What's up, Sean? I think I met you the other day on the phone.
Right.
Very interesting. Yeah, we will be seeing each other soon.
Redmond said he's going to be swiping some paint with y'all. But as I told you, our GMs will definitely be on. We always have our GMs on and stuff. But I just wanted to say our GMs are doing a magnificent job here with the Minor Football League. And we're also excited about, I'm just telling the guys here in Washington, we want to put that to rest about who's the general manager here. So all that's been, that always been a little nip and tuck thing because they always want to find out who. Then we got Dave Williams.
That's Dave Williams. And Bill Randall, straight off of Parkview Elementary School. Love the Chiefs for years. All right, brother.
My man, appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. And we're excited about you having our DC finest here with us. And, and like I said, I want everybody to know, it's that they cut out the bag. I normally had former Washington team players here, but we got a homegrown individual head that got the helm for the Washington Chiefs this year. And so all our buddies, go ahead.
Okay, and David Williams, thank you for coming aboard. He's coming aboard with us to work with our program.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, I like that. All right.
Yeah. See, we get nothing but love here in DC, but it's only natural that we will get love from here in DC. And that's one thing about DC. They stick to it. They stick with you. And more importantly, like I say, it's out the bag now because for the last few months, everybody wanted to know who was going to be the GM of the Washington Chiefs. Because all the other GMs were signed and everything back 3 or 4 months ago. But the Washington Chiefs, that's what everybody's dilemma was. But we want everybody to know us. And yes, we have a general manager for the Washington Chiefs and someone y'all know and love and somebody you probably bump heads with in the high school ball. And for those that went away, when you went away, that happened to play at other schools too, you might have played again, then we're excited about it as well. So, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And I want to say, I want to thank you too, Mr. Jim, for showing up. The day I realized how busy you are. And I also, what do you say, Cadoza is, okay, there you go. There you go. I'm a clerk now to the end now, But I want everybody to check us out on our social media, MFL, our Facebook page is MFLishere.com. Woodson guys, Bob Hidden, that used to be my head coach too. I had him on the show like 4 or 5 months ago, trying to get him back on. I wanted everybody to go to our Facebook page. You can go there, the Washington Chiefs or the MFL. You go to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and you contact us. Anybody that want to be involved with us, work with the MFL, believe me, the playing field is level here, and we're looking for support. Like they always say, it takes the village to raise, a young man, and it should be that way. But I want to thank y'all. Go ahead, Coach.
Okay, right quick.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say about Washington, D.C., we put a lot of products up there. We have one that's going to be in Super Bowl coming up, Brian Leftwich.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Send that out to the D.C. crowd.
And I apologize for Brian Leftwich, Mr. Head Coach Mo Woodson, and I know him. I'm excited. I have a lot of respect and admiration for you. And we'll be pulling for you because that's my man, Tom Terrific. You know what I mean? So he will be terrific that day. Thank you, gentlemen. I want to thank you for this has been another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Dr. Richard Myles Sr., along with the GM for the Washington Chiefs, Mr. Redmond, Redmond Jr. Thank you. See you on Friday, gentlemen.